Hi and welcome to a short yoga session. So in this short practice we're going to work into the hip area and lower back a little bit. So starting from the easy pose, you can cross your legs slightly in front of your body. You can always sit maybe on a cushion or elevate your hips a little bit easier. Lengthen through the spine, relax the shoulders down. Just bring your attention to your breath. You can place your hands on your shins or on your knees. So take a moment to breathe. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Aim to take your breath, maybe on a count to 6. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release the shoulders down, bring your navel towards your spine. Inhale again, lengthen, and exhale. One more deep breath. With the next inhalation, raise your arms and stretch. With the exhalation, keep this length in your spine and twist to the right, placing your right hand just behind you, looking over your shoulder, your left hand on your knee. Make sure you relax the shoulder down. Inhale and lift again, raise your arms. And exhale, come to a twist to the opposite side, placing your right hand on your opposite knee. Left hand just behind you. Look over your shoulder. Make sure you have the length in your spine. And then release back to the center. Raise your arms again. And exhale. Take your arms back. Interlace your fingers. Draw your arms down and away from your body. Lift the chest. Open the chest. Open the heart. Look up. You can rest the hands just behind you and then release. Roll the shoulders up and back. I'm going to do seated cat and cow. Seated cat and cow. So if I just turn to the side, place your hands on your knees. So inhale, bring the chest forward. Exhale, arch your back. So really arch your back. Bring the tailbone forward. Inhale again, press into the sit bones, lift the chest. And exhale, round the spine. Inhale again, lift the chest. And exhale, arch your back. One more time, inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale back. Inhale now back to the center, sit tall. We're just going to keep our hands on our knees and then just work into the hip area. We're going to just bring the torso round. So back to the side, forward to the opposite side and back again. To the right side, center, to the left. So we're working into the hip area as well. Center, and then we're going to do it opposite side. Forward to the right side, back, arching our back. To the opposite side again. And back to the center. And then we're going to make our way to a tabletop. Spread your fingers, knees hip apart. And then just come to a child's pose first. So lower your hips down towards the heels. You can extend your arms forward. Lengthen through the spine. Reach with your hands forward. And then slowly slide your elbows back. Inhale and come back to a tabletop. Make sure your hands are straight down from the shoulders. Spread your fingers. I'm going to alternate with extending alternative arm and leg. So right arm, left leg. Keep your core strong, looking down, reaching with your right arm and left leg. As we lower down, we're going to bring our hips down towards the heels. Rest on our forearms. Keeping the hands in place. Inhale, return, extend back to a tabletop, extend the opposite arm and opposite leg. Exhale, release and lower the hips down towards the heels. Rest on your forearms. Keep the palms in place. With the next inhalation, return back to a tabletop, this time extending your right arm and left leg. Lengthen through the spine, back of your neck, extension of your spine. Release your knee and your hand. Lower your hips down towards the heels. Last time we're going to extend left arm and right leg. Lengthen through the spine again, keeping your core strong. And then release back down. Lower the hips down. And next time, as we come back to a tabletop, curl our toes under, press the balls of your feet and lift to a downward dog. Keep your knees bent, lift the hips, lengthen through the spine. Keep your knees deeply bent. Release back down to a tabletop. Lower your hips down again. Inhale, return back to a tabletop. Curl your toes under and lift the hips to a downward dog again. Keep the knees bent. Exhale, back down. Lower your hips down towards your heels. One more time, return back to a tabletop. Curl your toes under, lift to a downward dog. Take your feet a little bit further back. Lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the back of your legs. Walking dog, keep bending your knees towards the center, pressing the opposite heel towards the mat. And then staying in downward dog for a moment longer. Lengthen through the spine, the back of your legs. Don't worry if your heels don't touch towards the ground. And then release it back down to a child's pose. Lower your hips down. You can cross your arms and rest on your forearms. You can take your knees a little bit wider apart to the edge of the mat. And then return back to a tabletop. Bring your knees hip apart. Take your arms forward. Palms to the edge of the mat. Lower your hips down. Come onto your belly for a locust pose. Keep your feet hip apart. Take your arms back. Place the back of your hands along the side of your body. Inhale and lift the chest. Raise your right leg back. Look down. Reach with your toes. Lengthen through the spine, through your leg. Exhale, back down. Rest on your chin. Lower your leg down. Inhale and lift the chest. Looking down, lifting your right leg back. Left leg back, sorry. Extending through the spine, through your leg, your toes. And then release back down. Inhale and lift the chest, reaching with your arm forward. Right arm forward, lift the left leg back. Reach back with your leg and reach with your arm forward, looking down. Release, bring your arm back down, lower your left leg back down, rest on your chin. Repeat on the opposite side. So with an inhalation, bring your left arm forward, lift the chest slightly, look down, lift the right leg, lift slightly. Reach with your toes back and with your left arm forward. Looking down so the back of your neck is extension of your spine. And sweep your arm back, lower your leg down, rest your chin down. With the next inhalation, we're going to bring both arms forwards, lift the chest. Maybe lift both the legs. Keep extending back with your legs and arms forward, back of your neck is extension of your spine. And slowly release your legs, release your arms back. Rest on your chin. Rock your hips from side to side. Bring your arms forward, cross your arms and rest your forehead down. Keep gently rocking your hips from side to side. Place your hands underneath the shoulders. To a cobra pose, lift the chest, shoulders back down. Exhale and release it back down. Lower your chin down. Inhale one more time, lift the chest, shoulders back down. Keep pressing the palms of your hands through a back bend. Keep your belly strong. Lift your hips slowly. Keep your belly strong, support yourself on your hands and through a tabletop, slowly lower your hips down towards the heels. Stretching through the spine, allow your hands to walk back slightly, to lower your hips down towards your heels. And then slowly return back to a tabletop. Bring your right knee forward. Keep your right knee bent. Bring the sole of your foot to the inner thigh. Bring the knee slightly to the side, extending your left leg and front and slightly to the side again. So we're opening the hip area. Don't worry if your knee doesn't reach down towards the mat. You can always place the pillow maybe underneath. If your hamstrings are tight, you can soften the left knee. I'm going to reach with the right arm, twist the torso as we're trying to come to a forward bend, stretching through the hip area, through the torso, keeping the low back nice and flat. So not necessarily bringing the forehead down towards the knee. You can keep the chest lifted, just placing your hands rather just around the shin area on your leg. Keeping your low back flat. And then with your right arm, we're going to reach and extend. So extend to the corner of the room. So we create a nice straight line through our shoulders, looking towards our extended arm. As we exhale, we're going to turn our torso towards the left leg again, keeping the lower back flat. Again, reach with your right arm slightly up, so open through the chest, through the shoulders. And then exhale back down. Turn the torso towards your left leg. And then slowly come up. Extend both legs to a wide seated posture. Maybe flex and point your feet or circle them round. Sitting tall, so make sure the sit bones, you're sitting really tall. So if your hamstrings are tight, you can again soften your knees a little bit. And then walk your hands slightly forward, keeping your lower back nice and flat. Maybe come to your forearms. So keeping the chest lifted, we not necessarily want to place the forehead down, we're just going to keep our lower back nice and flat. So we're stretching through the legs, through the hip area, or maybe just resting on your hands. As our hamstrings and lower back all connect, so if it's really tight, it might be difficult to come to your forearms, so just stay a little bit higher. And then slowly walk back. This time bring the soles of your feet together to a cobbler's pose. Place your hands over your feet. Lift the chest, or maybe place your hands on your shins. Just apply small pressure onto your inner thighs to open the hip area. Lift the chest. And then slowly release. We're going to extend now our right leg to the side. Keep the left knee bent. Place the sole of your foot to inner thigh. Don't worry if your knee doesn't go right down, you can always place the pillow maybe. And then we're going to twist, turn our torso towards our right leg. So stretching through the hip area, through the torso, walking our hands towards just around the shin area, keeping the lower back nice and flat. So again, not necessarily bringing the forehead down, lifting the chest. And from here, we're going to extend our left arm. So open the chest, reach with your arm to the corner of the room. So lengthen through both arms, open the chest. And then slowly release it back down, turning the torso again towards our right leg. So getting a nice twist and stretch also in the hip area. And one more time, open the chest, reach with your arm towards the corner of the room. So lengthen through both arms. And then slowly again, twisting and turning towards our right leg. Trying to keep the shoulders as even as possible. And then slowly releasing back down, extending our legs. Just give them a shake. Bending our right knee towards our chest, pressing towards our chest as we sit tall, maybe trying to flex our left foot as we press our right knee towards our chest, sitting really tall. So if your hamstrings are really tight, you might find it that you won't be able to straighten the leg, so just do the best you can. And then slowly release, extend the right leg, bend the left knee, press towards you, sitting tall, press towards you. Flexing your right foot, so stretching through the back of your leg, sitting tall with the lower back nice and flat. Keep flexing your right foot if you can. And then slowly releasing back down, extending your legs, coming into your back. Taking your feet a little bit wider apart to the edge of the mat. Taking your arms away from your body. And bringing your knees to the right side. So working into the hip area, hip flexor. So the left Stretching the left hip flexor, maybe lifting the left buttock off the mat. And then slowly bringing our knees back to the center, allowing your knees to drop to the left side. As we lift the right buttock off the mat slightly, stretching through the right hip flexor. And then slowly back through the center, knees coming to the right again. And back through the center to the opposite way. Back to the center. Bringing your knees towards the chest, pressing your knees towards the chest, gently sway from side to side or make a circle with your lower back to the right and then to the left. Then extend your legs all the way back down to corpse posture, Shavasana. Placing your feet a little bit wider apart than your hips, just rocking your hips from side to side, settling down to the mat, lifting your arms and placing along the side of your body. Palms facing up, fingers softly curling up. Take a nice deep breath. You can exhale through your open mouth. Let go of any tension. One more time, deep breath. And exhale. Then return your breath to a natural rhythm. Bring your attention to your right leg. Maybe tense, lift, and then release. Tense your left leg, maybe lift, and then release. Bring the tension towards the hip area. Clench your buttocks and maybe lift the hips slightly. And then release. Bring the tension along the spine. Press the shoulders down. Puff up your chest. Tighten your abdomen. Then exhale and release. Shrug the shoulders towards your ears and then release them back down towards your hips. Make a fist with your hands. Maybe lift, tense, and then release. Tense your facial muscles. Make a small face. And then release. And gently sway your head from side to side. Keep your eyes closed and scan your body for any tension. And then release. Bring your attention to your breath. Start slowly making a movement, maybe with your feet, your hands, or maybe stretch. Bend your knees back towards the chest. Just roll onto the right side. Just for a moment to contemplate the practice. And then just slowly make your way to easy pose with your legs crossed. Bring the palms of your hands in front of your heart center. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, namaste.